everybody. I'm so excited to be in the kitchen tonight on this Friday night with Audrey. So tonight we're gonna make kind of an Asian inspired meal, and we're gonna do Korean beef, and we are also doing veggie spring rolls, which I've already pre-cut some of our ingredients, and then Audrey and I are kind of experimenting with the rice paper, which is a bit trying. So here we go. Audrey. Now, let me just tell you guys something, because Audrey loves to cook. Audrey is Grant's girlfriend, and they've been together for how long?
About 4 years.
4 years, that's a long time. And so she's very special to our family, and we have lots in common. And one of the things that we have in common is cooking. And so we're always sharing recipes with each other, and we eat together a lot. And so we wanted to do a video, and we wanted to be in the kitchen tonight cooking because it's so much fun. So we are going to start with the Asian veggie spring rolls. And I've only done these one other time. And they're a little tricky because you can get them in your grocery store. They're just rice paper. And it kind of has a weird texture. It almost feels like kind of like plastic or even a potato chip. And so when you soak them in water, warm water, you really only want to soak them for 3 to 4 seconds. And then they turn soft, and then we're going to roll them with our veggies and eat them with this wonderful peanut sauce. So before we get started on that, I want you to start doing the, where's the knife? Avocado.
Oh.
We don't have the avocado cut up yet. So Audrey, what kind of things do you like to cook?
It just kind of depends on the day. Most recently I have been cooking a lot of Chinese because Grant likes Chinese food.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it just kind of depends. I do like to cook a lot of fancy things.
Look at you, little cool technique. I know, because we love to go to like P.F. Chang's, and we love to order Chinese out, and sometimes we do that on the weekends, and tonight we just wanted to do it at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's cutting up the avocado, and I'm going to do the first, which is kind of trying. So 3 to 4 seconds, submerge into water. Bring it out of the water, and then let's start building. And you can use whatever ingredients you like. Tonight we're using shredded carrots, yellow red pepper, butter lettuce, avocado. You could throw shrimp in here, chicken, you could do all kinds of things. Tonight we're keeping it vegetarian because we are having the Korean beef entree with rice, which is gonna be fabulous. Okay, so while you're doing this, she's gonna keep building these, and I'm going to continue to, and Daryl's home, so.
Hey folks, how we doing? Welcome to the show.
And so anyway, oh my gosh, see, they're so pretty. You did good. Let me go get this plate for you.
There we are.
Ah, look how gorgeous. Look how cute that is. Okay, so the peanut sauce, let's do another one, because this is our appetizer. So the peanut sauce is sesame seed oil, soy, rice vinegar, peanut butter, fresh ginger, garlic. What else? Oh, lime juice. And then you mix it all together, and it makes this great peanut sauce. Those look great. Do you want me to get these out for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, hold up. Let me get So you like to cook Asian inspired meals. What else? You cook all kinds of things.
A lot of seafood, fish. Recently I've been doing more chicken.
Let me put these up here. We had chicken last night, and Grant said, I do not want chicken, right?
We have had a lot of chicken recently.
We have, so we're doing beef tonight.
And then as well as cooking game meat, because, you know, dating Grant. whatever he shoots, we cook. So
That's right.
it's kind of how it is.
It is. Cooking venison, I'm learning. And it's good. It's full of flavor and okay, those are beautiful. You keep making those for a minute. I'm gonna keep cutting the flank steak, and you really need a very, very sharp knife. This is 1.5 pounds of flank steak, and you're gonna cut against the grain, just like this, because I want thin pieces. This dish is packed full of flavor. It has mushrooms, ginger, garlic, a lot of the same ingredients that we used in the peanut sauce are in this dish, which is gonna go great together. What else does it have in it? It has basil, cucumber, which I thought basil was interesting. I don't see a lot of basil in Asian dishes, do you?
Oh, no, not
No,
at all.
this recipe calls for basil, and so that's what we're gonna do. How you coming over there?
Good. Looking real good.
I do not use a lot of flank steak, but it's perfect for this meal because we're not eating a big, huge piece of steak. And it's easy to cut. So I left it out at room temperature because leaving your meat out at room temperature will help it sear, and it will create great flavor and a good crust. Okay, so let me wash my hands, and then we're gonna start mixing the ingredients for our Korean beef. So you post a lot of your recipes, and you also make really good smoothies.
I do.
And healthy. You are all about healthy. So share with us some of your healthy things that you like to do, some of your routine.
It kind of depends on the day. I mean, some days after work I have more time to do more complex healthy meals, and some days I can really just go in and do it quick. Or, I mean, a lot of the time I make a salad. I love using chickpeas a lot in my meals. Especially if I'm
Those
feeling
have a lot of protein, right?
Yeah, so if you ever want to do something that you don't want like meat, you can always substitute it for chickpeas since they have protein in them, or any type of bean, really.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start making this. Let's see here. 1/2 cup of soy. This is also our marinade. It's also the sauce that is gonna go into our Korean beef.
And then how much did you put in that?
This calls for, let's see, 1/2 cup. Oh, you know what? And we need honey. I don't have honey out. And I hope I have honey. You know what? We're going to substitute honey. We're going to substitute agave. I think I have honey, but I don't think so. But anyway, we are going to do 2 tablespoons of agave. I know you know how much I love to measure. 2 tablespoons of agave. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of chili paste. You can find this in your Asian aisle at the grocery store. 2 tablespoons. That is going to give it great flavor. What else? We're making a mess, but you know what? It's great to have a big countertop because there are a lot of ingredients with this sauce. We're going to do ginger. Now, I've shared with you before. In fact, I just had a conversation with a friend about this. You can buy fresh ginger if you want to buy fresh ginger. They also come in in the frozen section, and these, Audrey, are great if you want to keep them because fresh ginger tends to spoil easy.
Okay, gotcha.
These come in 16 cubes. Each cube is 1 teaspoon. And so you can keep it in your freezer. And then anytime you want to make a dish that calls for ginger, you just pop out. How cool is that? So even though, I just sprayed myself. Even though fresh ginger is good, this is a great alternative. Anyway, if I can get it out. So what we're gonna continue to do is mix up our sauce. I'm gonna finish cutting the beef. Audrey's gonna continue to make the veggie spring rolls, and then we'll come back, we'll show you how it all comes together. Okay, so we're back, and we finished the veggie spring rolls, and they look amazing. Of course, we will post a picture and the recipe, but they're beautiful. We put them on a cute little plate. And so we are started on our Korean beef. I'm just sauteing some mushrooms in some olive oil, which they're done, so I'm gonna remove them. Audrey is cutting up some baby cucumbers. We were just talking about what they're called, and we still don't know. They're seedless. What do you think they're called?
I think he said pickled cucumbers.
What are they?
Pickled, maybe?
Pickled cucumbers? Well, they're tiny little cucumbers that you buy in your grocery section, in the produce section, and they are seedless, and they're little, and they're super cute, just like this. So, I feel like I should have bought more mushroom. Okay, so more olive oil to the pan because it's hot. We're using our cast iron skillet, and we are going to start to sear our meat. Now the meat is marinating in lots of goodies. Soy, ginger, garlic. I hope that you guys can hear, but we have to do this. Garlic, rice vinegar, lots of Asian inspired seasonings. And this meal actually looks a little complicated, but it's really not. It's just several ingredients that are gonna cause it to be full of flavor. And when we eat dinner, we're gonna think we are at our favorite Asian restaurant, right? So, anyway. So this is gonna brown on both sides, and then we're gonna add some, I've already removed our mushrooms. We're gonna do the meat, and then we're gonna add some spinach, basil, what else? Carrots. Now Audrey's cutting up
Some green onions.
turn that off. Green onions. We're gonna garnish. What else? Sesame seeds. We have to make it really pretty because of course we're gonna take a picture. Audrey likes to photograph what she cooks also, which is super cool.
Oh yeah. It's just the fun part of
It is. I mean, I always say you eat with your eyes first.
Oh yeah.
So look, because we left this out at room temperature, look what it's doing. A little honey. I think maple syrup is in here. Anyway, we will take a picture and post a recipe for sure. And I was going to, I will post this as well. I don't really know what part of the flank steak. Do you know, Daryl, what part, where does the flank steak come from?
From the underlying bone, right in the neck area.
Okay. That doesn't sound very appetizing.
It is very good.
But it's good.
It's more of a grainy steak.
And it's good. It's good for a crowd because it's relatively inexpensive.
Fajita steak.
It's great for fajitas. That's right. Fajita steak, fajita tacos, steak tacos. Those are good. Let me get a plate for that. So we've made some jasmine rice. So we're gonna essentially do rice bowls. And then everybody can kind of make their own and add whatever ingredients they want to their rice bowl, which is fabulous. And look at that. Look how gorgeous. That is beautiful. So Audrey also, we didn't tell you this before. I'm gonna put her on the spot again. Audrey also meal plans and is super organized for her work week. And so she posts a lot of that on her social media. So we'll tag her so you guys can follow her as well. But tell us some of the things that you like to meal plan.
So I usually like to mix it up each week. So every Sunday I make a list of what I want to make, and I kind of change it up between the cuisines, I guess you could say, like Mexican, Chinese, American, so that way it's not like Italian all week.
I know, I've never done that. So you do it all on one day of the week?
So I go to Kroger, get all the ingredients that I need, I plan it out, so I write like, okay, I want this like Mexican like celery soup on Monday, and then I want like Chinese on Tuesday. So I kind of plan it out so when I get off work, it's all ready to go.
Oh my gosh,
I
see,
just take it
super
all out.
organized. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I need to do better at that, but you do post things on your social media about meal planning and the different menu ideas, right?
Yeah.
So people can look on there and
Yeah.
that's so
I just
cool.
think meal prepping, it helps people who, I mean, some people who don't know how to cook, they're like, well, where do I begin? It's like, well, you can start with meal prepping.
Yeah.
Kind of, if you want to just make one meal and spread it out, then
Well,
you can.
and it's so expensive to eat out every day. So that
It
way you
is.
can take it for lunch, kind of already know what you're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, this looks good.
And then you can have leftovers for dinner, and
It's awesome.
Makes it easier.
And you eat healthier, right?
yep. You know exactly what you're eating.
And you know what you're eating. That's the key. So you could do vegetarian weeks, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I kind of mix it up, and then, especially when Grant comes over, I try and add a meat dish in there.
A little bit of meat in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, you're adorable. Okay, so I think everything is prepped. We're going to continue to essentially kind of stir fry our meat and brown it. Our mushrooms are done. We're going to add spinach and basil. All of our toppings are ready. The rice just clicked, so it's finished. And we'll put it all together. We'll take a picture. We'll post the recipe. And I love having you in the kitchen with me. Oh,
It was so much fun.
thank you for cooking with me. We'll see you next time.
Good.
Oh, I'll cut it out. Yay!